My story. Today I want to share with you my story and my journey from being a waitress to running my own successful virtual assistant company. The reason I want to do this is I realized that having our own personal stories and what we've gone through and how we've gotten there is a really great way to relate and to show everybody that when I say I think anybody can do this if they have the right motivation, that I mean it because I did it. Okay, 7 years ago, last November, so a little over 7 years ago, November of 2015, I had my second child. And I was still I'd been waitressing for a while and was still kind of doing that. And I was wanting a change. I was wanting something that I could do that could be my own career. I had a lot of really big career goals to join the FBI, to join the foreign services, just big things I really wanted to do that I realized I didn't really want to do with a family. And then in February, I had a friend who was a freelancer who I was talking to about these struggles, and she said, "Hey, have you ever heard of being a virtual assistant, of freelancing?" I had no idea what it was. I never even really knew the word freelancing. I just kind of knew she did her own little editing business. And from that moment on, everything changed for me. And that's when she helped me. The first thing we did is she helped me create a website. That was the number one thing. And that's why I pushed that so hard, that I think creating a website is so important, because that's how people find you. She helped me create a website. She talked to me just very little bit about what freelancing is, but basically she said, I know other people that are small business owners who are always saying they need help with odd and end tasks. And a virtual assistant is a good umbrella to have that under. Let's get you started. She introduced me to somebody, and that was my first client. So number one, I tell people get a website. That's what worked for me. Number two, I tell people ask family and friends for referrals. That's how I got my first client. Boom, everything exploded from there. Not right away, it took time, but that's how everything got going. Every other client I've had in the last 7 years has found me from that website. That's why it's so important. I haven't found them, they found me. I've gotten multiple referrals and inquiries through friends and family. Another thing that I say. And also, when I tell people it's okay if you don't know everything, just jump in, I mean it. Like I said, I waitressed and I had really fun goals in school. I majored in Spanish and learned a lot about cultures and worldly news and such, but I knew nothing about technology, computers, all of these softwares that everyone uses, building a website. I don't know any of it, but I had the motivation and I had the drive. And so I jumped in and I kept telling myself, I'm doing this because this is a way for me to be home with my family and still have a career. And it worked. Every day a client would send me a task. Can you do this? Can you do that? Sure, I'll figure it out. Sure, I'll jump in and do it. And then that's how I learned. That's how I learned all the tasks. I didn't go into it knowing. I learned on the job. I learned as I went. They would ask me if I could do something, and I'd say, yep, I'll figure it out. Ask questions as I went, watch videos, watch tutorials, and then that's how it just kind of snowballed. And I have what I've learned in the last 7 years is, of course, crazy. It's been 7 years, but even within the first couple months and then the first year, I learned so much. I got my second client in just a few months after that, under a year of starting my first business, and then just kept building. And I could have gone out on my own and tried to find more clients and go even faster. I just didn't need to. So that's why I want to tell the stories of. Don't worry if you don't have all this experience. Don't worry if all of these programs and softwares people are using, if these names don't mean anything to you, if you don't really know a lot about websites, that's okay. Be somebody that can be self-motivated and can learn as they go, and don't give up. Remember why you are doing that. And I promise you can have success just like I did. This really isn't one of those little pyramid schemes, Tupperware parties where the 5% make a lot of money and then everybody else just desperately scrapes by and tries. This is not that. This is your job and it's your future literally in your hands, and you can do it. You can do it as little or as much as you want. I believe in you. I need you to believe in yourself. That's what matters. If you want to learn more about how you can get from stagnant to soaring, how you can get your freelancing business started, check out my mentoring page. Let's have a quick hour one-on-one session where we can talk and you can Q&A me. We'll talk about whatever you want. If you want to hear different videos or learn more topics, send me a message. Let me know. I'll be happy to make any video. As always, best of luck. Good luck with everything you do. Bye.